Hi there and welcome. This is Tracy at stampinwithtracy.com, and today we're going to make this card. It opens up and really showcases the gorgeous Petal Promenade Designer Series paper. Alright, so let's go ahead and I'll show you how to make this. We're going to start with a piece of thick Whisper White that measures 5.5 by 4 1/4, and this is going to be the base of the card. Then a piece of Whisper White, regular Whisper White, and this measures 5 1/4 by 4. And then a piece that's 4 1/4 by 11 inches. A piece of Calypso Coral that measures 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. You need a piece of the Petal Promenade Designer Series paper that measures 4 by 1 1/4 inches. Another piece that's 4 by 2 1/4 inches, and another one that's 4 by 2 3/4 inches. And then you're going to need a scrap of Calypso Coral. I already cut this out, and I used the Layering Squares Framelits for that. You'll also need a piece of scrap Whisper White for the sentiment. So let's go ahead and we're going to score this large piece. I'm going to bring in the paper trimmer, and we're going to score at 1 1/2, 3 inches, 5 1/2, and 8 inches. Now, when you have this scored, I don't know if you can see it, but we have a large panel here, and then the smaller ones are at this end. So we're going to take that large one, and we're going to fold like that, and then pick it up, and then just do the opposite on each of the rest of the folds, and that you get that. And then you want to take your bone folder and really get good creases there. All right, it still kind of goes like that. When you're done making your card, you can put something heavy on top of it and help it to stay flat. So on our card, the piece that's right here is embossed, and we used the Layered Leaves embossing folder. Now Stampin' Up! Carries two different kinds of embossing folders, and the difference is on how thick they are. Can you see that? So these are going to take a completely different sandwich than the older ones that we have. So let me show you in the catalog here, because it's really, if you get confused, this will help you to take a look at this. So we have our regular standard textures, impression, embossing folders, and then the 3D ones. So the Layered Leaves we're using is a 3D. So we've got the orange and the peach color, and if you'll notice, the different embossing folders here are either orange or peach, and then you'll follow what it says here. So the difference in how you would layer these is you would take your Big Shot platform. The next thing would be your standard cutting plate. You can see mine has been very well used. Then you would take your embossing folder with the paper inside, put that down, and then you'd put another plate on, and then you'd run that through your Big Shot. Now when you're using these that are much thicker, the only difference is you're not going to use this bottom plate. So the way you would do it is put your paper inside the folder and then put this on there and then run it through. And again, it shows you exactly here what to do. So after you do that, then you'll get this beautiful embossed piece of paper. So now we'll bring in our card, and we'll go ahead and bring in the piece of thick Whisper White. That's going to be the back of the card, and we'll go ahead and attach this to the back. Put that right on there. All right, so we'll put that aside, and we'll go ahead and assemble this part. So we'll bring in this piece again, and now we'll attach these strips to this piece. And believe me, these will lay flat. And I think too, if you send it in an envelope, just doing that will help to make it lay flat. So we'll put this piece on. And this one. Again, get our adhesive on this one. This one will go on this huge panel. And then this one will go, let's see, this one will go right here. I'm trying to make it so that it's the same height as this piece right here. All right, that's ready. So now we'll take this and we'll put it on top of this. And then we'll attach this to that card, to that piece of cardstock. A little bit more right there. And then we'll center this on here. So here's that piece of Calypso Coral that I had. And I'm using the stamp set Petal Palette, which is really a great set. This came out in the Occasion catalog last year and it carried over into the new catalog. So we're using Life is So Much Better with You in it. And we're going to cut our sentiment out with the Stitched Shapes Framelits. So I used this one right here. And what's really nice is it does a nice little stitched area. And I've already gone ahead and stamped that with Memento ink and then cut it out. So we'll attach that to the Calypso Coral. Now we're going to take this piece and we'll put it right there, and we're just going to attach a little bit of adhesive so that, you know, if you did too much you wouldn't be able to open this. So we're just going to put maybe a couple of strips here. I'm going to put my hand there so I know, oh, there we go. So we'll just attach that. And our card's already done. Something else I wanted to show you, just another way to use your designer series paper, is to decorate your envelope with the same paper. So let me just show you quickly how I did that. I just have my envelope here, one of our Stampin' Up! Envelopes, and I'm going to add adhesive to this piece, to the flap. And then you're just going to take your designer series paper right up to where that line is, that score line right there, and then we'll turn it over, and we're just going to cut, oops, wrong scissors, those are my sticky ones, and then just trim around the edges. So easy, and it just makes your card even more special. See how easy that is? So then you have a very beautifully decorated envelope to go along with the beautiful card. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. All of the products that I used for today's card are listed on my blog in a supply list, and they're also in the YouTube description. If you need any help placing an order, just let me know. Thanks again for joining me. Take care. See you again soon. Bye-bye.